morning everyone, I'm finally filming my bedroom makeover reveal before after video. It's basically everything packed into one. So let's start from the very beginning. We moved into this house in September 2017. We moved straight in and lived in it kind of as it was, kind of. So this room, the bedroom, had dark textured wallpaper. It felt very kind of small and dark. It had this really old, like really dirty carpet where some of it had been like pulled up because where we'd ripped out wardrobes. Basically, I think 2 of the walls were covered in wardrobes, so it felt really small. So we ripped out part of the wardrobes. We kept the existing IKEA wardrobe that was here, but we just replaced the doors because the existing doors absolutely stunk of like smoke and BO, and it was so awful. Like I could just remember the smell now. And then we just like put a bed in it and lived in it like that until we moved out in May 2018 to renovate the whole place. So things like plug sockets and skirting boards, all the electrics got redone. We had to replaster some of the walls in here, and we got fitted wardrobes put in as well. We moved back into the house in September 2018. I found out I was pregnant on the day of moving back in. What we had done to this room whilst renovating is painted it in Farrow and Ball setting plaster, which is a paint colour we decided we loved. When we saw all the plastered walls and like that nice pinky colour, we thought what a nice colour for walls, and we actually decided to paint our bedroom pink. And we got the wardrobes made out of MDF. So our builders did that. So then we moved in, and I know it sounds a bit dramatic to say like, oh, I found out I was pregnant, but everything changes when you're pregnant, especially if you feel rough in your first trimester. So we moved in. I made some probably quite bad decisions of like what beauty desk to get and what bed to get, but I just got an IKEA beauty desk, sorted out the bed, and kind of left it as it was. And then this room just kind of got left, really. And I kept trying to make it work. There was something about the room I really didn't like. Every time I walked in, it just didn't feel like a nice, warm, welcoming room. I didn't enjoy spending time in here. I think the carpet was an issue. We chose this kind of like grey wool carpet for throughout the house. And I really like it. I like how it feels. But I think if I were to start again, I would pick more of kind of like a neutral beigey tone rather than a grey. And at the time I just didn't know. I thought, you know, all of my friends have like grey carpets, so I was like, I'll just pick grey. I know that carpet's like a bit of a controversial thing on the internet because in different countries, some countries just don't have carpet in the house. It's a really strange thing to have, but in the UK it's so cold that it's just really nice and cozy to have carpet under your feet. And I think especially if you've got kids, a baby's crawling around, it's just much nicer than like exposed floorboards, which look great on Instagram, but they're not that practical and it feels quite cold in a room. I've had wooden floor in my bedroom before, and I ended up just not really liking it, and it didn't feel cozy. So we have wooden floor downstairs, but carpet upstairs. And yeah, I think I would have gone for a more neutral tone because this grey, like cool tone grey that we chose, it kind of clashes with the walls. I don't know, it's not quite the right tone. So I think that was my first mistake with the room. I didn't want to rip up the carpet and start again because it was a huge investment and it's just not worth it. So in November last year, 2019, I messaged Rebecca Wakefield on Instagram. We'd been chatting a bit on there, and she's like an interior designer that I absolutely love to follow. And we talked about maybe working together. So she came round in November to look at the bedroom and kind of look at its current state. And I wanted her help because I was just bored of wasting money. I kept trying to fix it myself and wasting money on different bed linens, and it just, something wasn't working. I tried white bed linen because I thought I wanted that, but because the room was so bare and the shutters were so huge and white, and I had the white desk and the white radiators, it just looked a bit princessy with the pink. So then I chose these like dark blue bed linen, which we kind of ended up keeping, but now looking back, just didn't work at all. So Rebecca came in and she was like, this is a really easy fix. I know exactly what we're gonna do here. And we talked through some like loads of different ideas. I think the main thing is she wanted to add some more like warmth of like wood into the room. We were gonna do something to try and like avoid the vast amount of like grey on the floor and the grey headboard. There was just a lot of grey and it didn't really go with the pink. I really enjoyed the process. Actually, I feel like I learned a lot. And finally in this video I can give you a proper tour of the room. Now when I'm going around and pointing things out, if I don't remember where it's from, or if I say it's from the wrong place, which is quite likely because there's a lot of bits, I'm going to try and link everything down below in the description box. So go check it out for links and information on where everything is from. Also, another thing that I know is going to come up in the comments section, because when I posted the shelves on Instagram, so many people are like, I don't understand the point of just putting things on a shelf that haven't got a purpose and it's not storage, like what's the point, it's just going to collect dust. I think this is just personal taste, but I totally disagree. Like, now I have this, it makes such a difference, and you'll see from the before and after. I just think a bit of decor, a bit of warmth makes a room feel cozy, and you know, we don't need any more storage space. We've got a huge bed that lifts up, we've got huge wardrobes. I didn't really need more storage, so this was more about just making the room feel cozy, like a space I want to spend more time in, and me and Rich both agree that we sleep much better in the room now it's been done up. So yeah, a couple of things are probably for show, but they have a purpose because it makes me enjoy the space more, which is what this was all about really. Let me start by talking about the rug, because we knew we wanted to cover the carpet somehow. I asked on Instagram, are rugs over carpets like controversial? And it's one of those things people are torn about. I think it actually is fine. I think it looks fine. So we went for this giant H&M rug. It's this kind of cream color with black zigzags on. And black is a theme that kind of runs through the whole room, which really ties everything together. You'll see the TV, the handles, and there's like little accents of black that make, well, basically it makes the TV not completely stand out. And we wanted a TV in our room. We have a child, we're gonna have more children. You know, this isn't like an Instagram room, this is a real bedroom, and we need a TV. So that ties in the black really well. I love the rug. It's really cozy under my feet. It does move around a bit. I probably should have put like a rubber thing underneath, but this bed is such a nightmare to like lift up, so I don't know if I can be bothered to do that now. So it does move around a bit, but that's fine. Really, really great rug from H&M. Oh, another thing that I know is going to come up in the comments is, why didn't you just repaint the bedroom? We don't want to. We love this paint. This was the best decision we made. We just couldn't figure out how to make everything else work with it. That was the point. Okay, so let's start from this side of the room. I still love how the back of the door is painted and the brass handle. So the first thing we changed, I think you guys would have seen this, are the light bulbs. So there was a lot of brass and glass going on in this room, and it was all a bit girly and princessy. There are some big wide bulbs that Rebecca wanted me to get, and I think they would look better, but these were a little bit more affordable from Tala, so we went for these for now, and I really like them. I like it really softens up the room. And then just below this are the new bedside tables. So before we had brass and glass, they were actually really annoying to keep up because you had to always clean them. But again, it was just too girly, too princessy. My sister now has them, she loves them. These bedside tables are from La Redoute. Did I say it better this time? Really add some nice like warmth with the wood. I think if you wanted to, you could replace this, but I quite like it. So nice and wood, and then also it's got this kind of like, that's not rattan, like cane? I don't really know what that's called, but that's really nice. Normally that's filled with children's books under there, and it's got a good drawer for storage. And then on top of this, my like brief to Rebecca was, I always have to put like a bottle for Gray when we feed her at night on here, and I didn't want it to leave loads of ring marks on here. So instead of a coaster, we got this like giant slab of marble, which obviously marble does stain, but it doesn't really look that bad. Giant slab of marble so I can put her milk bottle on there. This is a book which I'm taking ages to read. This candle's from Missima. And then this just to add a bit of height. I think Rebecca wanted me to have a lamp on here, but I was just like, I've spent so much money at this point, I don't really want to get a lamp because we've got a light there. I understand it would look good, but it's also just more things on my bedside table because I already have so much going on here normally, like milk bottles and books and monitors and stuff. So this is, I think this is from H&M, which is a candle holder, adds a bit of height, and then this is just a little pillow spray I already had from therapy. So that's kind of the bedside table setup, which looks really nice. Let's actually just talk about the bed. So before I had this really, really high, dark grey, like tufted headboard. It was way too high. Like the ceilings are high, but not crazy high. Another thing Rebecca wanted to do, by the way, is paint white around the top, but it was just like an expense I didn't want to do. I'm sure it would look really good though. So we went for a smaller headboard in a much lighter kind of linen colour. It was so hard to find an affordable headboard. Headboards are crazy expensive. Like Rebecca did really well to find this. It was really hard to find an affordable headboard. This is from a company called Fish Pools. It's a really lovely small company actually, and they were really nice to deal with. So this worked out great. It did come with legs. We ended up sticking it to the wall. Like we got our builder around to secure it to the wall because of how our bed is. It just worked out better. So if I come close, you can see like the texture of it. It's got this nice linen-y texture and it just works really well. The height works much better. And then obviously we've changed the bed linen to white. This again is from La Redoute. She also suggested using a flat sheet on top as a throw, which I've told you guys already in a video. It's such a great tip. She also said that there's a really nice like rust colour. If I ever want to switch up, this is the eucalyptus. Works really nicely just like thrown on the bottom of the bed. And in terms of cushions, these larger ones are, oh, these are from Zara Home. Yeah, I found those. And these are La Redoute. This one is from Etsy. Obviously, Rich hates that we have pillows that we have to throw off every night, but they do look really nice on the bed. And actually the big ones are really good to lean up against when you're like reading in bed. So over this side is Rich's bedside table. Obviously the same one with the marble slab. And then this plant pot is from H&M Home, and the plant is from Patch. I had a voucher for my birthday. Just got like Rich's books under there, a little candle and room spray. I think the plant looks really nice there as well. I'm going to come back to this side of the room in a minute. So this is what the bed looks like. I think it looks so nice. And then obviously we've got this little print up here as well. I would never think of putting a print like to the side. This is such a cool suggestion from Rebecca. I probably would have just put something up there in the middle, and I just think this is so nice and different. This print was from Truva, I think. Again, everything will be linked down below. Another thing I liked that Rebecca suggested, wooden frames. It really softens everything. If all the frames were black, it would be too much. If they were all white, it wouldn't really go. I just think a wooden frame works really well in this room. Okay, so let's pan a little bit to the left. This area was completely empty before, and now I just think this works so well. So we talked about doing a gallery wall. She has said that if I want to, I can also add one here, but for now we're just leaving it as 4. These 2 bottom prints are from the Poster Club. This one is from Etsy, and then this was a gift from Anna a couple of years ago, I think. I think it's from Workshop Living in Brighton. Again, all wooden frames, so nice. I absolutely love this gallery wall. And this is all above the La Redoute console table. I was so worried that this was going to stick out too much, but it really doesn't. Like, it just works perfectly in this space. Inside, I've got storage from IKEA where I keep lots of like spare makeup, and I've got some like straighteners and stuff in there, so that's perfect for a bit of extra storage. I absolutely love the like rattan detail on the front. Obviously you can see these in the light. Rebecca has said I could put like brown paper behind. It doesn't really bother me personally. This, I think that's from H&M Home as well. I've just got some empties in there for like a video at some point. So then let's look on top. I've got our Nest that controls our heating, and then this green marble tray is from H&M Home. Again, it ties in the green around the room. You'll see there's like accents of green and black. This little brass plate came in a set of 3 from Arquette, and then this candle, I don't remember where I bought this. It's really old actually. I have no idea. It was just like in another room. This vase I thought was so random when I got it, but it really works to add a bit of height. That's from West Elm. This I bought, I think I bought this from Rocket St George when I was in Liberty a while ago. Again, another plate that came in the set. And then this lamp, I absolutely love this lamp. I really wanted this, so I was really glad when Rebecca suggested it. It's from made.com. So I see if I can turn it on and show you. It's really gorgeous lamp. Adds some really nice warmth. We put that on when we're giving Gray her evening bottle. And then to go alongside the gallery wall is this mirror, which is from made.com. I saw this on I Covet These channel and absolutely loved it. I love that it's like mounted on the wall. I've always wanted to have a full length mirror in this room, but I couldn't work out how. I can't have it on the back of the door because of how the door is. I tried to put it in like, I wanted to get one on the inside of the wardrobe, but it was really hard to find like a really lightweight mirror that can stick on the door, and it would have been really narrow. And then it's also hard to work out where to put it because of the light. I actually thought we were going to put the mirror there, but then Rebecca suggested putting it here so I can kind of stand back here and there'll be more space, which is just such a good suggestion. This mirror, by the way, if you can see, it's like got brass around the edge, and it's just, it works so well. This little space is perfect. Okay, let's continue around the room. These are the same wardrobes we had before. Absolutely love them. As I said, they're made from MDF. Our builders made them for us. They've kind of got this shaker style. We had brass handles on these before. They were really cheap. They're the same ones we have in the kitchen. We just kind of ran out of budget when we were renovating. So I always knew we wanted to change them, but Rebecca suggested changing them to black, which I thought was a really good idea. We were worried about having to fill holes, etc., but she suggested we get these ones which have a back plate, which means that the old holes, which are probably around here, are just covered. So that is such a good tip. These are from Dowsing and Reynolds. I have these in our lounge. Such a great company. So if I show you closely, let's see if I can can you see they're really nice. They've got this like textured feeling on them. Guys, I can't explain. Go from cheap handles to like really good quality handles. They feel so solid. Like when you open the wardrobe, it just feels so satisfying. It makes such a huge difference to the quality of the wardrobes. So we've got these black handles all the way around, all the way on the top cupboards as well. And like I said, it just ties everything in. The handles, the rug has a black, and then the TV has black, but there's also a chair over there. I'll show you in a minute. So this middle section here, we had a really tiny, crappy TV, and I mean, it was just borrowed from a friend. We were always gonna upgrade, so we knew it didn't look good, but we basically bought the TV from downstairs up to here, and then got a new TV for downstairs in the Black Friday sale at Christmas. So the TV already looks miles better. But Rebecca suggested putting these two shelves above, which I thought was such a good idea. The shelves are actually from an Etsy seller, and they're oak shelves which you can order in any Farrow and Ball paint. So we got them in the setting plaster paint to match our walls, which is such a good idea. And then Richard's dad actually came over to put those up. He helped us put up the shelves and the handles, and he also helped put the prints on the wall. So let me take a little closer look at the shelves. We've got a collection of different things up here, like a book I already had. This pink vase is from Arket. The little green one is from IKEA. This one is West Elm. So is this one. This is also West Elm. This is H&M Home. I love this. This I already had for H&M Home. That little pot I think is from Workshop Living, and the little pot, like, I don't know if you can see, it's like a little bobbly pot, is from H&M Home, and the plant is actually IKEA, and it's fake, which is perfect because no one can reach up there to water a plant. So this whole middle area looks so much better now. Rebecca wanted us to bring the TV lower, but it was just too much of a hard job. There's like plug sockets behind there. It just would have been so tricky. So instead we've just dressed this little area. She also said this would look really nice with wood or marble on it. But again, I didn't want to like go that far. It didn't like mean that much to me. So this is from Arket. This is another one of the plates. And then this book from the White Company I got for my birthday from my mum. And then over here, this gorgeous vase. I never would have thought of putting this colour in the room. It works so well. This is La Redoute. This green thing is IKEA, and the candlestick holder I think is H&M Home. I'm totally obsessed with how this middle section looks, especially as we're like lying on the bed here and looking up at it. It's so, so nice. So let me walk around the room for you. I might have to go shut the shutters. One of the bigger jobs that Rebecca wanted us to do was to paint the radiators. So you can see there's radiators there. We had white shutters, a white desk, white radiators, and it was all too white over here. So obviously we can't do anything about the shutters, and I love them. We changed the desk, but she was like, please paint the radiators, because then you don't really want radiators to stand out, and if you paint them, they'll just disappear into the wall. So Rich actually painted them one weekend in setting plaster. I think he just used like an eggshell. Maybe they'll peel over time, but it's fine. We could always redo them. They look great. They basically have just gone invisible, which is perfect. This is the new desk. So this is from Cult Furniture. They do sell it on a few different websites though. I was worried about the desk. It was so hard to find something that was right because I knew I needed storage for makeup. I knew it has to work, especially for like filming videos and stuff. I really love the wood color of it. I think it's so nice. It's a little bit tricky in that like I can't open the drawer with one hand, which is like when I was used to the IKEA one that was really smooth and easy to get in and out of. I do have to be a little bit more careful and like open the drawer with both hands. It's got decent storage though. Let me open it and show you. I've got my like straighteners in there, and then I've got quite a lot of makeup as well. So that's really good. And I do really like how it looks. And then this mirror, oh my God, this mirror is amazing. It's so huge. Rebecca really wanted me to have like a big round mirror. There were quite a lot of desks that had it built in, but the desks just weren't quite right for me. So the kind of compromise was to get this mirror, which I think is from Cox & Cox. I really love it. It's wooden, and then it's just an absolutely huge mirror. So that kind of sits on the side like that. This wooden tray, really nice touch as well. I think this is from H&M Home. This little trinket plate is from Missima. I've just got some like makeup that I'm testing out. I can't remember where I got this from. It might have been H&M Home. Oh, it's IKEA. That's from IKEA. It's a plant pot, but I just basically put rice in there and then I stick my brushes in. And then the chair, again, just to tie in the black from the room. This chair is from Cult Furniture. And then this little thing, So that's actually what the chair looks like, and then this is just a little fluffy thing that goes on top and adds just like another nice texture to the room. Okay, so let's talk about curtains. This was a tricky one because a bay window, it is not easy to put curtains on a bay window, and actually we don't need curtains. Like, the light is absolutely fine in this room, we don't wake up early, we don't need curtains, the shutters are good enough, but the curtains were the last thing to go up, and it made me realise I'm so glad that we chose to do them, because it just didn't have the warmth in this room. The shutters are big and white and it felt quite cold. So we got the brass bay window rail from Screwfix. Our builders, we had to pay for our builders to come and put that up actually, because it's quite tricky. And then the curtains are from IKEA. We originally ordered some from Larry Dude. Rebecca wasn't quite happy with them. She said the colour was like a little bit too dull next to the pink, so I ended up going to pick up these ones from IKEA, which she was happy with. They're just this kind of like linen texture, so they just sit like either side of the window and they go all the way down to the floor. And actually this made there were a few things in this room that when we like did it, we were like, oh my god, that makes such a difference. I can't explain why, but it just makes a huge difference to the room. I think that's the whole room tour done, really. If I've missed anything, if you've got any questions, please leave them below and ask me. I'm so happy with the room. I can't even tell you, it's made such a huge difference to how we use this room and how we feel when we're in it, and I don't think we're gonna have to change it for a very long time. I'm over the moon, so thank you so much to Rebecca for helping me out. Now I'm just like paranoid about the rest of my house. I'm like, oh god, can you redo my lounge and can you do everything else? Like, I feel like I'm good at some decisions, but then other things I'm like, oh, I never know how to quite finish things off. Like, I think I make good like paint decisions, but then it's all the little details like handles and stuff that I find really hard. Anyway, I hope you guys found this interesting. Let me know what you think of the room. I absolutely love it, so I hope you do too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.